So what if I told you that if you want to get rich early on in life, then everything you've been told about investing just isn't true? So ever since I started my first job and I started working, I've always been fascinated by the idea of not only making as much money as possible, but it's always been my personal goal to set myself up to be financially free and make as much money as I possibly could and to become a millionaire. Now, one day I was scrolling across YouTube and I came across a video on how investing is the secret to grow your money and to get rich and to become a millionaire and all of these other things. So I sat there wondering, is this too good to be true? And I eventually came to the realization that this video was in fact too good to be true. So at this point, you're probably wondering, well, if I don't get rich by investing, then how do I get rich? The truth is, you get rich by providing value. If we take a deeper look into that and peel that back some, we can actually see that there's certain steps you need to take in order to actually start providing value. So over the years, I've had different businesses. Starting back in high school, I started a graphic design business where I tried my hand at doing photo editing and graphic design for different people and things like that. And while this business didn't make me a ton of money and it didn't end up working out ultimately, what this business did teach me was it taught me skills like photo editing, graphic and photo design, as well as communication with others. Fast forwarding a few more years, I tried my hand at a social media marketing agency. And again, while this business did make me a little bit more money than the one before that, ultimately it still didn't get me where I wanted to be, and it still didn't work out to make me rich. Again, this business still gave me skills that were going to be useful later on in life that I would use to make money, like how to pitch products to someone, how to sell someone on my services, and how to be a good salesman, as well as how to run advertisements on different marketing platforms. But the point of all of this is that over the years, I've learned that there's no such thing as a get rich quick scheme. And so if you're scrolling through Instagram and you see someone who's selling a mastermind course or some kind of program that's promising to make you a millionaire within a year, or is promising to make you a ton of money within a super short, unrealistic time frame, and you're sitting there thinking that it's too good to be true, the truth is that it's almost always too good to be true. And the truth is that that person is just trying to sell you on some unrealistic expectation so that they can make a profit and make a quick buck off of you. But what does all this mean? Does this mean that if you want to be successful that you should start your own business? Well, yes and no. See, well, all of the businesses that I had in the past didn't necessarily make me rich or make me a ton of money, and ultimately those businesses ended up not working out. What these businesses taught me was skills that I would then later use in life to make the kind of money that I was after making. So if you were to look at the most successful entrepreneurs and go back in time and look at their early on careers, chances are those entrepreneurs not only had failures and ideas that failed, but also businesses that failed. And well, yes, these businesses didn't inherently make them millionaires directly. What these businesses taught them was they taught them skills as well as lessons that they would then use as building blocks to climb themselves to the top, making multiple million-dollar businesses. And so yes, while you do get rich by providing value, if you take a deeper look into that, you actually get rich by developing your skills. See, if you wanted to be a professional NFL player, you wouldn't just go out and be expected to be signed on an NFL team with no experience. What you would do is you would spend most of your younger life playing, practicing, and developing your skills so that one day you would be able to achieve your goal of becoming successful and be a professional football player, right? Now, really quickly, I want to take a second to actually set the record straight. Yes, investing in assets like real estate, as well as investing into the stock market and investing into retirement things such as your Roth IRA and your 401k are still important and vital things that you should be doing to diversify your income and to set you up for future success. None of these things are going to make you tons of money in the near future, and none of these things are going to make you a millionaire early on in your 20s and into your 30s. So if you were to put $500 a month into the stock market for the next 35 years at the average return rate of 7%, then in the end of those 35 years, when you're at retirement age of 65 years old, you would almost nearly have $1 million. So yes, you would technically be a millionaire 35 years from now, but is $1 million even really enough to retire off of? Yes, you could live a super frugal lifestyle, and you could be very specific with your purchases and live a very conservative lifestyle. However, even doing that, $1 million in this day and age, and even 35 years from now, is still not really enough to retire off of. So you see, if you want want to make life-changing money early on in your 20s and in your 30s, then investing alone isn't going to be enough to do that for you. So what can you do now to set yourself up for success in the near future and set yourself up to be able to make life-changing money in the near future? You need to develop skills. And I'm not just talking about any ordinary skills. I'm talking about the kind of skills that you can use to provide value and services to others that are willing to pay for them. So for example, you might learn something like web development, graphic design, marketing, sales, the list goes on and on. But my point is that by doing this and developing these skills, you can provide value to someone who is maybe looking to have a website developed, or someone who needs graphics done for them. Or you can sell someone on the idea of marketing for them, and you can be their social media marketing agency. And being able to actually sell them on those services and sell them on your skills is going to be one of the most valuable skills that you can ever have, being a good salesperson. And trust me, there are people out there that are willing to pay lots of money for the value that you can provide them if that value you're providing them is making them more money in return. And so you see, there's lots of money out there in the world to actually be made. All you have to do is be willing to do the work and learn these skills in order to provide value to that person to earn that money. And lastly, how do you develop these skills? Well, you develop them by using them. You see, no one is born a great salesman or a great communicator. So if you want to be better at sales, or you want to be better at communication, then you're not just going to sit there and read some book or read some article on how to sell. Chances are you're actually going to go out and get a job in sales so you can get that real life experience and you can develop your skills of becoming a better salesman. And that's because the only way that you're ever going to get these skills and develop them is by actually using them in the real world and using these things on a day-to-day basis. And yes, while developing these skills is probably going to result in some failures along the way, trust me, those failures are going to be nothing compared to the amount of success that you'll be able to achieve when developing these skills. And the way that I look at it is that all of these skills that you can learn are going to be invaluable, and they're going to be skills that you can apply to anything that you do in life, whether that's a career or personal. They're going to be skills that are going to be able to be applied to that, and they're going to be able to help you in those aspects. So the way I look at it is, how can you ever go wrong by learning those skills and developing those skills? As always, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for clicking on the video and tuning in today. If you enjoyed it, make sure to smash the like button so it gets sent out by YouTube to other people who might find it valuable. And if you're interested in more content just like this, where I talk about personal finance, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an upload. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day.